Take this off if I could. So let's get down. I was the little girl in junior high with the glasses and the stringy hair, cocoa fur coat, white pearl purse, polyester pantsuit that held the clarinet and ran home every day because she was afraid to get beat up by the bullies. When I got into band and drill team, especially at Estancia, I don't have my water bottle because I don't drink alcohol. It helped me be part of a team, and even though we were the bandos and we had our own groups back then, it did a lot for me. And thankfully, because I came from a very, very dysfunctional household with sexual abuse and psychological abuse, we never know how many of us in this room, I know there are others that have gone through similar experiences, that we don't get to be really who we're supposed to be in life because we have these barriers that we don't even know we have, and we keep ourselves at a distance. I was thinking, I get 10 minutes to speak, and it's not going to be about my story, it's about all of our stories. I was talking earlier about MTV, I think it's MTV that has If You Really Knew Me, where they go in and talk to kids from different groups about finding out how similar our lives are. I ended up drinking, and that was late in life. I was a late bloomer. I mean, I got married, went to school, Orange Coast College for a couple of years, decided to drop out, thinking I'd go back, and got married to a military guy. We had 2 children, lasted 7 years. So if there are single guys out there that have a job, clean and sober, maybe we can get together on the 40th, right? I actually have a lot of peace, and I would love to talk and talk and talk because we have all gone through the walk. When we were 17 and 18 years old and we were leaving high school and we looked ahead of us and we thought about all the paths that we could take. There was a lot of paths, and at 18 when we can really do what we want to do, sometimes we didn't do what we should have done because it's hard to parent yourself. So we take these, it's like going to a city and not knowing where you're at. There's cities and streets and house numbers, but you've never been there before. I chose a few paths, and I'm okay with some of them, most of them, in fact, all of them, because if I didn't go through all that I went through, I wouldn't be standing here with the peace that I have inside my spirit today. I went through alcoholism. At 36 years old, I started drinking, and I used to go out just to have fun because I was a single mom, and we'd throw darts. And then my ex-husband stopped paying child support, so I started working 2 jobs, 7 days a week for 3.5 years, so I could keep my kids and me, functioning. Didn't realize, because I knew I could do it, I could just keep working. Let's see, moving fast forward. Then I found out my mom had terminal cancer, and I'm her only daughter, so she was 58 years old, and I basically, I didn't really want it to be all about me, but I know that a lot of us have lost parents, and we've lost loved ones. We might have fights with family members, and we may have a lot of anger and resentment. I had a lot of anger over my ex-husband for not paying child support because he took me away from my kids for those 3.5 years. He's on Facebook, he's my friend today. Because after I went through alcoholism and crystal meth addiction, that actually gave me the energy to work the 2 jobs, take care of the 3 kids and the dying mom. But then it got to a point where I lost the job, I lost the apartment. Eviction isn't fun. And gave my kids to my brother, and then proceeded for about 1.5 years to try to find a place to hang my hat. Whether it was drug dealers, my car at Walmart. Walmart has 24-hour security, so if you ever are homeless and you have a car, they have a little light that goes around, so I felt safe there. Where I'm at today is that I'm back in school, going for my bachelor's in psychology degree. I've got almost a 4.0 grade point average, so the crystal meth did not mess up my brain too much. Although when I was near the end, I really thought I was a second coming, and I did think helicopters were watching me. So when you go down trying to do those things just to get through each day, and you don't think you can do it without the stuff, because life just seems so grim. I think because of the abuses I suffered when I was young, I had to go all the way down so that I could finally let go. and relinquish the control that I thought I had. And once I did that, I was accepting to love, and I was accepting to rebuilding my life. I have 3 beautiful children. I'm a single, happy mom, and I have a grandson. You know, I'm almost 7 years December, clean and sober.
Wow.
And I want to be a motivational and inspirational speaker. So when I knew we were having this reunion, I had emailed Lisa to, right? I'm getting all confused. To offer my services. And I have little business cards if anybody wants one, and I'm on Facebook. It's not about doing anything for money. It's about trying to help us get through life. And the way I want to close, and if I got my 10 minutes up, let me know. I'm good. Is that when we first started out, we didn't know what was ahead of us. And so we went down many paths. I know where alcohol is going to get me. I know where drug addiction is going to get me. I know where pregnancy is going to get me. And I know what it's like to have a relationship end. I know what it's like to be homeless. And I know what it's like to have a car repossessed, or to have bounced checks, or to have the predatory lenders. I know what it's like to lose a job. But now that I'm where I'm at today, I know where I want to go. And if you've never skydived, but you always wondered what it would be like, they have these things where you can actually go with somebody and jump. And you know what? We're now, what, between 46 and 48 years old. I'm 48. And we look forward, right? We got 30 years, say. We got more than that. I'm in psychology, right? So I just found out we're in, like, what is it, middle age. 40 to 65, okay? We're 48 years young. A lot of us have children that are actually on the verge of moving out, hopefully. Or we're just starting. I have a 13-year-old, a 23-year-old, and a 26-year-old, and I have a grandson. And I probably said that before because I'm so proud of my family. But when I look in the future, it's like, I wanted to write a book when I was 12 years old, and that was at a parent conference when one of my teachers said that I had writing ability, and she told my dad and my stepmother. And remember, I had come from a family of abuse, so when she told them that, I didn't think there was anything good about me. So I went outside and I looked up, and I just wished that one day I would write a book. And I did. In 2007, I wrote, I haven't published it yet because it's not quite right, 100,000 words, 17 chapters, introduction, graphs, and it's called Jill of All Trades. And it's about child abuse, self-destruction, recovery, and self-discovery. And I got back in school because when I help people, I want to be able to help them properly. And now that we look at the next 30 years, we have wisdom. We didn't have that when we were 18. So what do you want to do? I wrote my book. I'm back in school. I want to get my degree. What else do I want to do? I want to inspirationally speak. So here I am. I may not be the best speaker, but I raised my hand, right? So there's things that you want to do out there. There's people you might have resentments for. My ex-husband owed me over $50-something thousand in child support, and I closed the case with Children's Services 2 years ago to let him off the hook. And you know what? I felt unbelievably like the weight was off my shoulders. And I realized that when you let go of something like that, you have room for something else. And was it 2 or 3 months after that, my youngest child has a different father. He filed to put her on his Social Security, and they backed it up 5 years, and I got a check for $44,000. So when you let go of resentments, you know, karma, whatever you want to call it, there's a lot of truth to that. So I just, you know what, I want to mingle with all of you. I know we have our cheerleaders here, and we do, and they all look beautiful. But let's just connect with each other, and let's go for the dreams that we have before us, and don't let anything stop you. Let go of the resentments. And I think my time is probably up.
How do you turn it off? That button again?